Hello and welcome to a Latias and Latios Tag Team GX deck. And I'm starting with our tag teams with Latias and Latios because look at the artwork on this card. It's amazing. I mean, look at it. Look at it. So, what does Latias and Latios do? Well, Buster Purge hits for 240. Nice. But look at the energy cost on this. A water energy, 2 psychics, a colorless. And to make it worse, to use this attack, you've got to discard 3 energies from this Pokemon. I mean, this guy's, if you're using this guy, why aren't you just using Ultra Necrozma? But I digress. He's new, let's give him a go. His other attack here is Aero Unit GX for 1 Psychic Energy, and he's going to attach 5 basic energies from your discard, and if you get an extra energy onto it, it provides immunity to this Latias and Latios for your next turn. Really nice indeed. And hey, that's one way we can get all these energies into play. How else do we get the energies into play? Well, we've got several options here. The ideal early game option is the Starmie. So with Strange Wave, hits for 40, and it's just a colorless energy to use it. But you may search your deck for any combination of 3 water or psychic energy cards and attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. So that's how we're getting our Latias and Latios set up in the early game. Hey, the other option here though is we are discarding lots of energies and we need to get them back to our Pokemon. So we're going to run a Malamar engine here with Psychic Recharge, where once during my turn, I can attach a Psychic Energy from the discard to one of my bench Pokemon. So continuing to power up whatever attacker is going, Latias Latios, Giratina, Eevee Snorlax, which I'll get to in a moment. So that's really how we're getting the energies that we need into play. Now, because we're putting the energies from our discard back to our bench Pokemon with the Malamar, we need lots of switching options. So we're running a couple of switches here, running 3 Guzmas so we can bench snipe as well, running a Tate Liza, so we've got a draw switch option. So that's our switching options. Plus we've got an Acerola, which if he's got some damage counters on there, we can pull him away, protect him, and switch that way as well. So that's our options for switching. So why is Eevee and Snorlax here? Well, Eevee and Snorlax is here because he doesn't have to discard energies. Huge HP, 270, and for 4 energy cards, Dump, Truck, Press. Hits for 120, but if your opponent's Pokemon's a Evolution Pokemon, hits for an extra 120. So that's 240. GX Pokemon, chuck a Choice Band, 270. Not too many evolution Pokemon, in fact there's none that's surviving that. So that's really why he's here. Crucial for some matchups. You won't see him in the matches coming, unfortunately. What else do we have here? Well, we've got our draw supporter energies. We are running 4 Cynthia, 2 Lily, 2 Sightseer, a Tate Liza as mentioned earlier, and the new draw supporter here is Erika's Hospitality. Giving her a go. And what we do here is if we've got 4 or fewer cards in our hand, we draw a card for each of your opponent's Pokemon in play. So really nice draw supporter indeed, just giving her a go in this matchup. The rest of it, our setup is about the Nest Ball and the Mysterious Treasure. Nest Ball pulling in basic Pokemon, Mysterious Treasure pulling in either Dragon or Psychic Pokemon. And the Viridian Forest here is also new, so a stadium of choice. Remember, we need a Water Energy and Psychic Energies. It's important that we can draw into that Water Energy and manually attach it. Viridian Forest allows us to do that. So once during each player's turn, we may discard a card from our hand and go get a basic energy card. So that's also how we're getting ourselves set up. So that's the deck, that's the combo. We've also got Giratina here. He's here really for the non-GX decks. We can chuck some damage from to the bench Pokemon when we bring him from our discard pile, and we keep recycling him in that way. He's here for our non-GX matchups, so we're only trading 1 prize card. And you'll see that in a future game. That's how the deck works. Shall we begin? I think we shall. Alright, hello Cerners, and welcome to a Latias and Latios match. Don't really want the big fella up front, but got not much choice here. Alright, possible Venusaur deck. That's what I'm thinking could be coming here. So I've got to find a way to get things in, like get energies into the discard with the Latias and Latios up front. Yeah, I'm thinking this is very likely going to be a Venusaur variant. So we'll go and get an Inkay. Although we could go and get the Staryu instead. Can we go and get the Staryu at this stage? That's what we're going to play here. I'm going to chuck the energy down onto the Latias and Latios so I can easily retreat out. And I've got the Starmie in hand as well, so that's really good. We will chuck the Choice Band down on the Latias and Latios. Don't think it's going to be attacking next turn, so I'm not too fussed about leaving the Latias and Latios in the active at the moment. So we'll Lily right now, go and pull 5 cards. Got an Inkay, fantastic. And we've got an NG to chuck onto the Starmie as well. So I'm thinking right now that we save the Mysterious Treasure for this turn so I can go and get the Malamar. And we end it there and see what my opponent is playing. He's obviously going to be some kind of stalling deck, so he's very likely going to be playing things to discard NGs and heal up and things like that. I'm assuming the Venusaur tag team's coming, although he's got the bodybuilding dumbbells. So that suggests something different. Ah, okay. Okay. Golisopod. Interesting. Alright, does he get an NG down right now? Because he's got to get the Shaman out of the active as well. Going for the perfect draws. What I could actually do here, do I go and try and get rid of the perfect draws rather than refresh the hand? I'll try and get him stuck with the Slugma in the active. Make it very difficult for him to get out. Well, we'd have to have a Guzma or something like that, or a switch. I think that might be the play here, actually, because I can get myself the Latias and Latios set up quite nicely. We'll get rid of one of these Sightseers, and we'll go get myself a Malamar. And that's how we're going to play it. That's how we're going to play it. We're going to go after that Slugma. So I'm going to Guzma up that Slugma right now. And hit him with the Starmie. And go and set up my Latias and Latios. So one of you, one of you, one of you. All on to the Latias and Latios. And we'll refresh the hand on the next turn. So see what my opponent's got coming. He could have the Guzma in hand. He definitely has the Makago and he has the ability to get the Guzma. And he does have the Golisopod. So I'm assuming this is going to be a Guzma coming here. This could be a little bit awkward. The one prize card. Wasn't expecting that particular Golisopod. So I'm assuming there's a Guzma coming, so we can go after the Latias and Latios. Yep. So it's well played there. And I've now got a serious issue. Because the Latias and Latios is very likely KO'd next turn. Unless I can get some kind of... What we're going to do here, is we're going to Pal Pad, we're going to put the Guzma back, and we'll chuck a Sightseer in. There's no way I'm healing this Latias and Latios this turn. There is a chance to maybe buy myself a turn with the Aero unit. That could be an option. It's less than ideal, but it could be an option. If I run to the bench, he's just going to Guzma again. Chuck the Viridian Forest down. Don't think I need the Staryu here. We'll pull this one in, yeah, why not? I'd get no value out of the GX. But theoretically, he is 2 attachments away from attacking. So that's a thing. That's a thing I've got to remember. He is 2 attachments away from attacking, so... And technically I am too, so that's not great either. What we'll do here is we'll chuck an NG onto the Latias and Latios. We will use the Burster Purge, because we've got to get rid of this Golisopod ASAP. And 3 discard. There we go. Alright, so the Shaman's up, so he knows that he is like 2 turns away from attacking. Do need to find a way to protect this Latias and Latios. So I feel like getting rid of this hand is nearly the best with the Sightseer. It is pretty crucial that I'm able to find my way into that Latias and Latios. And an Acerola card. Okay, there's the Golisopod that I was more expecting. Alright, so this might be a little bit worse because there's only a 1 NG attachment from attacking. I am thinking the Aero unit might be still the way to go here. On this particular turn, just to give the Latias and Latios immunity for the next turn. Can he get into the active? This is the problem. If he can get into the active, I'm in a lot of issues. Because I'll be losing 3 prize cards. And that'll hurt. It's going to Rescue Stretcher. Another Wimpod out. Alright. So he's setting himself up. These perfect draws are killing me. So, the plan here is to probably discard the entire hand, chuck the Giratina into the discard, because then I can start setting up a Giratina, so it's a non-GX attacker as well. Which could be useful. Could be useful to have a non-GX attacker at some point. And what we're going after here is an... I'm thinking not putting down another Latias and Latios is actually better. And setting up Giratina. I think that's the better move here. And set up obviously as Latias and Latios as well. But I'm hoping that I get a way that I can heal this. So I've got... so he's going to go with the... What do I sacrifice? It will be the Inkay here. Pretty easy choice. So I think the Latias and Latios goes down. And we get the immunity. That's the play here. And he's got 2 prize cards, so that's unfortunate for me. One thing about it, I should have actually put the Starmie down. He had free retreat. Can still do that. I could switch to the Starmie. We might do that. We'll just burn the switch here. And we'll Psychic Recharge at the moment a Psychic Energy onto the Latias and Latios. We're going to get rid of the Hand Still. I think we get rid of everything, including the Water Energy. The Water Energy is not much good to me right now. So get rid of the hand. See where I'm at after that. So I've got the Acerola, so that's really, really good for me. And I can go and get anything else that I want. So let's have any basic. So I'm thinking maybe let's go and get the Ditto out with this one. Knowing that I'm going with the Acerola play on the next turn. Kind of want to set up my... So we're going to use the Giratina's Distortion Door. Where do I want to spread the damage? One onto you. And we'll go one onto you. Why not? Now, do I want to put the other Latias and Latios down? He is one Guzma away from being able to put the pain on to that Latias and Latios. But I will be one-shotting. He could use First Impressions and hit in for 100. 120. Set up the Giratina or set up the Latias and Latios? It really depends which type of Wimpod he's going to bring in. I think what we'll do is we'll set up the other Latias and Latios. That's the play that we're going to go for here. We're going to retreat into this Latias and Latios here. We are going to go with... So keep in mind that I can go and get me another NG card for the next turn. In fact, let's do it now because I don't want to draw into it. And we'll go and get me a... So Water Energy in the discard. So we'll go and get a Psychic Energy for the moment. And we're going to Aero Unit GX. We are going to go and get those 3 energy cards and chuck them all on this Latias and Latios just in here. So that's the play for the moment. We'll see what my opponent does. Wonder if he is aware that the Latias and Latios is immune this turn. So it is going to be the First Impression one. So he is a Guzma away from being able to hit in hard. And what I'll be doing is pulling this Latias and Latios, or pulling one of them anyway, if he hits in hard. So I'm assuming this is going to go and pull in a Guzma. Assuming that one will be a Guzma. I mean, if it's Escape Route, that works for me. I'll just chuck the Giratina down. Yep, it's the Guzma. So here comes the... No, he's going to go after the Malamar. That works for me as well. That works for me as well. Going to heal up the Golisopod up front. That works for me quite nicely. I can get another Malamar up, and I've got the Starmie to charge as well, although there's not many energies in deck left. I'm okay with him hitting the the Malamar though. So we'll go with the Latias and Latios here. We are going to... How do we play this now? I need that energy. I need all these cards. I mean, I'm draw blocking myself. So this energy has to go down. Look, we got to be aggressive here, so we can't take any chances. We've got to go with the Mysterious Treasure right now. We have to go and get the Malamar. And we go Malamar down in here. We go and pull back. So we'll play the Acerola. Go and pull back the Latias and Latios. We will chuck the Choice Band down here. We'll chuck this Latias and Latios back down. Chuck. Oh, I can't chuck a Water Energy right now. That's okay. Why can't I Psychic Recharge? Is there no... No Psychic Energies in the discard right now. Alright. That's a bit of a challenge. We will put a Psychic Energy in there then. And go and get another Psychic Energy. So I can Psychic Recharge the Latias and Latios. So what do I need? I'm not going to have enough on there to attack on the next turn, unfortunately. But we'll go with the Buster Purge. Take out this Golisopod and see where we're at after that. So 3 energies in the discard. 2 prize cards. Erika's Hospitality, nice draw support. Alright, let's see what my opponent's got in store. Gonna Nest Ball. Is he gonna go after the Malamar again? That's probably the best move to do, because I am running out of Malamars after that point. And I've got to manually attach these Psychic Energies at the moment that I've got in hand, so... Going after the engine would be good for him. Be really good for him. Which means I'd need to find a Rescue Stretcher. So I'm thinking here that we go... If I can get to the Starmie, that'd be clutch. It's going to Guzma up. Who's he going to Guzma up? Yep, the Malamar. That's what I thought was coming. Has he got the DCE? He's got the perfect draw to get it. Assuming this is the DCE coming to get the KO. Which means I'll chuck the Starmie down to begin with. And it's going to put a lot of pressure. I need to find my way into a Rescue Stretcher. Do you have another Malamar in deck? So the Rescue Stretcher only needs to pull an Inkay. Alright, that's his energy attachment. But the first impressions is going to hit. Yeah, I've got to remember that. First impressions. Alright, so I need to find a Rescue Stretcher desperately. That is an absolute must right now. Got a Guzma. Do I take the Macago instead? I think we do. Let's retreat into the Latias and Latios. We'll chuck a Psychic Energy onto this one. We're gonna Guzma up. Still 2 turns away from attacking, but we'll Guzma up this Macago because the perfect draws right now is absolutely destroying me. And I don't want to get more in hand. So we'll Strange Wave, we'll see what we've got in deck. Can I attach it in any way I want? Search 3 decks, so deck 3 combination and attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. No, I cannot. Although I can discard multiple waters, can't I? We'll just bring one. And it'll go to you. That's the play. So now I'm within 2 prize cards. Got a switch pool as well. So if he's putting a Golisopod GX up, it could be game. Working out the maths here has been challenging. So I need to find a way into that Golisopod there. That's what's going to be super important. It's got the escape rope. Let me have a look first. Can I have a look at this guy? Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Let's chuck this guy up. Maybe should have chucked the Giratina, actually. That would have been the smarter move. In fact, that's what I should have done. That was a huge mistake on my part. So I'm expecting the GX attack here. So I can switch back. Now I'm really hoping that I don't... Yeah, so that's what he's doing. Yep, that's what I expected. Inkay can go down. Do I want that final water energy? I mean, I've got to have a hand less than 4, so that could be challenging. The switch happens here. So we'll switch. And we're going to have a hand less than 4, so let's go with the Erika's Hospitality. There's the Guzma. So I've got to survive a turn. I've got to hope he does not have a Guzma. That's what I've got to hope. So we'll chuck the Psychic Energy onto you. I don't think it really matters right now. I've just got to hope he has the doesn't have the Guzma. If he has the Guzma, it's game. I made the mistake by putting the Latias and Latios up front. That was a huge mistake. Should have put the Giratina. Should have put the Giratina. So if I lose, it's from my own stupidity. No, he doesn't have the Guzma. Alright, so that could give me a chance. Alright, that's huge. That is huge. He's going to go with a Super Scoop up. Missed it. I'm assuming he's wanting to get that Golisopod out of there as quickly as he could. Alright. Wow, got away with that mistake. Got away with it. Guzma here. We will retreat out. And Buster Purge for the win. Wow, that was very lucky indeed. Very lucky indeed that he did not have the Guzma. Good game, good game. Good game. Hello, ABCU, and a whole heap of numbers. Welcome. Alright, I'm thinking I want to protect the Inkays, so we'll go the Giratina up front here. Now you can be my first attacker. Chuck the Inkay down. And we'll leave it at that. How many rescue stretches am I running? Is it 1 or 2? Jirachi, Slugma. Aiming for perfect draws as well. Or is it a Makago build? Should have looked at the typing. Would Jirachi help in this deck? Maybe. Don't think so. Oh, a Charizard build. Alright. So what am I going to need here? He's going to be able to self-power with those Charizards. I'm going to need... I mean, you could power up the Giratina attack. I'm thinking the Eevee Snorlax might be better in this matchup, just so I'm not losing so many energies. We'll get rid of... I think we go both here. Yeah, I think that's the play. So, we'll get rid of the Water Energy. And say that's not the end of the world. We'll go and get a second Inkay. Pity I can't get a Staryu with this. That is a bit of a pity. Kind of want to thin. Thin. Don't know what else I want though. Both Malamars ready to roll, but that opens me up for a nice judge. I don't really want two Giratinas down, do I? I mean, I could. I should have. That's what I should have done. Should have pulled the Giratina and then chucked it into the discard. Oh, well, we'll just go with the second Malamar. That's how we'll play. And we'll go and get ourselves a Lily. And play from there. Where are you, Lily? There you are. Come join the party. There you are, Staryu. Getting you out of the active is going to be an issue. Oh, I've got a Tate Liza that I could, I guess. And check on the Staryu at the moment. That's how we'll leave it. That is how we'll leave it. Don't really want an extra energy right now. I don't want to just be feeding my opponent with energies to thin his deck either for this turn. Although putting Psychic Energies in the discard might have been nice. For my next turn. So I'm assuming he's got the rare candy, go and get this. Oh no, he's going to get the Macago first. Yeah, smart. Get his perfect draws. And this is actually a nice combo, because what's really good about this is if you need a trainer card, you can bring it to the top, use Giratina to go and get it in hand straight away. And doesn't matter how many cards you got in hand. That is a really nice combo. I like that combo. I like that idea. That is a good idea. Yeah. So he's going to get himself a rare candy. Really nice idea. I like it. Alright, and the first Charizard is up. Remember, he can just self-charge and then start hitting in hard. Still thinking the Giratina is what I'm actually going to charge up in the early game. Because he does have to put 2 damage counters on, which allows me... So he's going to go after the Staryu here. That's disappointing. Really disappointing, actually. Because he only has to discard 1 Fire Energy too. Hugely disappointing. And I'm a long way from having that Giratina charged. A long way. Tapu Lele. That could put me 3 prize cards down. We'll go Tapu Lele for the moment. In worst case scenario, I'll just retreat out to the Giratina. And we'll see what happens from there. So, chuck. Malamar down. Get one of those Psychic Energies back to the Giratina here. Not a big pull with the Erika's Hospitality. Really need Psychic Energies bad. I think we play the Erika's Hospitality. Just see what I get. Alright, so I've got another Inkay that I can put down. I've got a Psychic Energy that I can get into the discard, and I think that's the play that we do. So we'll go and chuck this Psychic Energy into the discard. We'll go and pull this Psychic Energy up. Now I'm not gonna, still not gonna be able to attack. I mean, sacrificing the Inkay sucks. But is it the less of two evils? I'm nearly thinking it is. So chuck this Psychic Energy. Chuck a Water Energy onto the Tapu Lele. Chuck that down. We will retreat out to the Inkay. And we'll leave it at that at the moment. So sacrifice the Inkay. My opponent does need to get himself another Charmander down. Which he can go and get himself a Nest Ball maybe. Although he has to now switch. Where does he pull it from? From deck or the discard? Your deck. So he's going to have a lot of fire energies as well if he's going to be starting to discard them from his hand. Although, you do have that Prism Star that can, I'll think of his name in a sec. They can hit hard and put them all back, so that'll be coming. So doing the sacrifice the Inkay. Can attack in with the Giratina on the next play. And what I need to find myself is another attacker. And he does need to set up another Charmander, so that would be his priority, I'd assume. Trying to get a Charmander on the field now, because if he doesn't, it does buy me some time. Yeah, so he's got the Charmander. I'm assuming this is a Nest Ball that he can just go and get himself a Charmander. No, Skateboard. He's going to go and hit in the Malamar, so that's his play. He wants to try and hit in on the engine. Alright, I've got another Malamar, so that's okay. At this stage, that's perfectly fine. Do go 2 prize cards down. And that's going to be a bit of a challenge. And he's able to one-shot this Tapu Lele as well. So, Giratina can go up. And I do want a new hand because this hand is pretty useless to me. At least I do have the fact that he doesn't have an attacker next turn, I don't think. So, we'll shuffle. See what I get myself into here. So I can go a Ditto down, which can become a Malamar as well, or I could just go and get that Malamar straight away. That's what we do. So we'll go and discard a U. And I kind of do want to go and get the Giratina, but we'll go with the Malamar for the moment. Go with the Malamar for the moment. Hope that I can find my way into a Giratina a little bit later. Do I want to go Ditto down? Is there any advantage to having another Ditto down? I mean, I don't have another Malamar. I could get a Starmie, actually. So that's a play. Do want to go after that engine in the deck next turn, if possible. So, we will Psychic Recharge here. I've only got the one energy to put. And I'm going to put it down on the Ditto. And we will go with Shadow Impact. And we'll chuck the 4 damage counters on the Malamar for now. Alright. Water energy. It's suddenly become a Giratina deck. Not so much a Latias and Latios deck right now. So the advantage is he should not be able to have a Charmander. Well, he's not going to have a Charizard up this turn, so that's a good thing. That's just fact. He's got the Heat Factory. He's got the Nespel to go and get himself another Charmander set up. Couple of Charmanders set up. Do you think going after the perfect draws is the priority here? So I think no matter what, got all the fire energies back. It's one way to put them back. Maybe he's not going with the Prism Star attacker. I'm surprised he did that first, because that just loaded his deck with lots of fire energies, so probably limited what he could have pulled. So he's got a switch in hand. I think we go after the Makago here. I think that is an absolute priority. And get rid of the perfect draws. Although, he's just chucked another Slugma out. That is smart. That is smart. I'm still feeling the Charizard play. Sorry, the Charizard play. The go after that Makago. Just to make perfect draws a little bit more challenging for him. Means I don't get to refresh my hand. So be it. So we'll go to the Makago there with the Ditto. And then we'll retreat out. Put the Giratina back up front. And then we'll go and get that energy card back onto the Ditto. Where do I chuck the 4? Trying to think what that Charizard hits for. Is it 120 or 130? I think it's 130. We'll chuck the damage onto the Malamar here for the moment. We can make those decisions about putting on the Giratina later. I mean, I probably should have put on the Giratina, but we'll see what that Charizard hits for. Here's a new card. Can't remember what it hits for. Did even up the prize card count. I mean, the other way out of it was to go after this Jirachi, which might have been the better way. Yeah, he's going to have the perfect draws still. So maybe the Jirachi was the way to play. Yeah, so it hits for 130. I should have put the damage counters onto the Giratina. Oh, that's all what this is about. Learning. Learning about the new team-up decks. So I do think I go and get the other Giratina. This heat factory is a big issue as well. I mean, I could go and get the Staryu here. Those perfect draws are killing me. Should have gone after the Jirachi, maybe. Although he did have the Rescue Stretcher anyway. If we do get into another Guzma, I could go after that Makago. What I've got to try and do is run him out of resources somehow. That's what I really need to try and do. So the first thing is we use Distortion Door. And we'll chuck 10 onto you, 10 onto you. So anything else I want? Let's have a look at my deck. Is there anything else that I could want from here? Not in particular. I mean, we could go with a big hefty Pokemon late. But I need to be able to get something like this Eevee and Snorlax going pretty quickly. So right now I don't want anything. Let's just leave that. And we will Cynthia out of this hand. Wow, did not get into a Psychic Energy. Luckily, it only requires 2 Psychic Energies for this Giratina to attack. So that's a good thing. I can chuck the other Water Energy onto it. Another Psychic Energy. Chuck the old Water Energy. What have I got in the discard here? Got a Guzma and Erika's Hospitality that could be useful. Or maybe a Tate Liza. We'll chuck the Choice Band on you just to get rid of it. Do kind of want the Starmie down as well. We are going to free retreat out of this one. And we shall Pal Pad back in the Guzma and Erika's Hospitality. Although I'm thinking that we go the Guzma and the Tate Liza. That's what I feel like. Kind of wish I could get rid of that stadium too. Onto yourself, buddy. So I'm trying to hope that he runs out of resources. That's my main play here, is hope that he runs out of resources and he's not able to get a KO for a turn. I mean, I've got... Oh, he's only got one of these Charizards, so he must have Rescue Stretcher the other one back in. Burnt 2 rare candies, though. The downside is he's able to pull this Tapu Lele off the bench soon. His perfect draws are killing me. They are absolutely killing me. So with this Giratina going down here, it's got another Jirachi. Need to get rid of that Makago. Although his deck's nice and thinned. Believe it or not, if he had a Guzma, the Guzma would be best to go after my engine because that would be a bit of an issue for me. Alright, so he doesn't have another Charmander down here. Maybe the play right now isn't necessarily for the Charmander. We'll Distortion Door again. Chuck the damage on you and you. Maybe he's going with a Victini Prism Star play. I need to get out of this hand badly. I need an energy card. Yeah, let's burn this. Well, when I say burn, shuffle it back in. Energy card, good. Got the Viridian Forest as well. That's really good. I need to get rid of that. Let's go discard here and go and get me a Psychic Energy. I just don't want the Starmie. I'm fine with having an extra Psychic Energy in hand. And we will Psychic Recharge a couple of times onto the Giratina. And we'll see whether my opponent has the Victini. I mean, he only needs an S-Ball to get it up. But doesn't the Victini need 2 Fire Energies as well? Pretty sure it does. So this might be the turn that he's not able to attack. Which might allow me... Yeah, chuck the 4 damage onto yourself. Might allow me to start pulling in ahead. I mean, he's a Guzma away from getting that Tapu Lele up. So what do I need to prioritize here? I do think I go and get me an Eevee and Snorlax. And just start powering that up. Although, do I go and get the Latias and Latios just because? I mean, is there a water energy in deck? That's the big thing. He's got another skateboard, so I'm assuming he's going to use the skateboard to this Jirachi and retreat. Cynthia, pull in a new hand. I mean, he's not going to be one-shotting my Eevee and Snorlax. Or my Latias and Latios, really. I think Eevee and Snorlax is more fun. And he can take a little bit more damage. And so I can chuck the damage counters from the Giratina onto him. Although I could just chuck him onto a Malamar. Or the Starmie. Doesn't really matter. And I'm going to be going within one. In fact, the Giratina. Why wouldn't I just chuck it onto this Giratina? So he is going to Guzma here. And I'm assuming this plays to try and get me stuck. That is something I did not see. Although, has he used a supporter? He did. He Cynthia'd. So the Guzma's not coming here. Alright. So the nest ball right now is to go and get... Let's have a look. Do I have a water Pokemon? This is a Latias and Latios deck. Do you have a water energy? It is a Latias and Latios deck. Let's bring the Latias and Latios in. And we'll bring the alternate art form. Yeah, this is the way we're playing. Latias and Latios. So I do need to go... We'll go and chuck a couple of Psychic Energies on him straight away. Just like this. Oh, I don't have any other Psychic Energies in the discard. I can fix that up. Chuck this one in there. And go and get me a Water Energy. Chuck a Water Energy onto the big fella. We will Psychic Recharge here. And I think we Cynthia for a new hand. This is a pretty dead hand. Pretty well got everything I could need here. Except for an energy card. So, we'll go with the Shadow Impact. Chuck it on yourself, Giratina. Get rid of that Jirachi. One prize card away. Another Guzma, just in case. Alright, let's see what my opponent can pull off. So you'd need to go after the Tapu Lele. Can he get to the right numbers? I think he's only 160. A Shrine? I mean, that would be clutch. But you'd also need to have the Choice Band. Although he's got one extra Fire Energy on it, actually. I didn't notice that. But he's not going to have a Charizard up. So maybe I've got it. Maybe I have it. And I don't even need the Latias and Latios potentially to do it. Although... 30, 40... He's taking the Giratina pretty close to down. It's going to Guzma up. What's he going to bring up? The Malamar to try and get me stuck. Good move, good move. I want to hit with Latias and Latios. Oh. Yeah, we're hitting with the Latias and Latios. Come up. Come up. It's your time to shine now, buddy. Your time to shine. So Viridian Forest away. We shall go. Yep, my opponent knows. my opponent knows. Didn't let me have the final move, but he knows. And it is time to rate this deck. So, what do I think? Well, starting with damage. Damage is really good. You're one-shotting just about everything. But that's the issue with this deck. It's got a damage ceiling. This, with a choice band, hits for 270. Nearly one-shotting everything in the new format, but it's not. There's Pokemon that it can't one-shot. And the Eevee Snorlax has the same issue. Has a damage cap. So you're one-shotting most things in the format, but not everything. So damage here, 9.5 out of 10. Certainly the strength of the deck. The defense, well, the defense here is good because you can play this as a one prize card trading deck, especially if you don't draw into Latias and, the tag teams or the GXs early, and you can avoid that. So it can be really good for those non-GX matchups where you need to go one prize card trading and go with the Giratina as your main attacker. But you've also got the option with the tag teams, and these are big hefty Pokemon with big HP. Problem is, they give up 3 prize cards if they go down, so we need to protect them. I did play around with extra Acerolas, did play around with max potions, but I found the just going all out was the best option, so I just went with the 1 Acerola in the end and the Pal Pad here to go and get him up. Go and get him back just in case I need to recycle and protect these tag teams just a little bit. But we're more about attacking and dealing the damage. That's how I like to play. And yeah, the defense is good, has some flexibility, but I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10 because there are better defensive decks in the new format. So what about reliability? Well, reliability here is, awkward to say the least. It requires constant setup. It is expensive in the energy cost, plus you're discarding them, plus you're constantly having to switch and Guzma, and it's awkward. It's, just constant setup. Reliability, whilst I didn't run into major issues in the matches I played, and I haven't played this extensively yet, hey, reliability is definitely the weakness of this deck, and I can see it being a huge issue, so I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. So overall, what do I think? Well, it's clearly, because I played all the tag teams already, clearly the weakest tag team in the format. But look at the artwork. It's amazing. But yeah, there's better tag team options. A 7 out of 10 for me.